at Cloudbakers. I'm joined by Rommel Silva. He's one of our lead AppSheet engineers. And he has had a number of very interesting projects as AppSheet is becoming more and more of interest of clients and individuals reaching out and evaluating Workspace overall. So I wanted to run through a few use cases, specifically the one that's come up more frequently over the last couple of months, which is hoteling of desks and things like that as people return back to the office. Tell us a little bit about the most recent project that you finished from a timeline perspective, kind of what the application does in AppSheet.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, Shaun. So this entire idea of a hoteling or a desk reservation system isn't by any means a novel idea. But the way that we were able to build something like that in AppSheet was essentially we took an already existing pre-built template that AppSheet offers, and we customized it exactly for that specific client's needs. So in a nutshell, a desk reservation system allows for a safe and effective return to the office. Now that we're nearing the end of the pandemic, we have a lot more customers and clients that are actively bringing their workforce back into the office. So in order to do so, they have to find a way to manage who's coming to the office, if everyone's really following the right compliance, if there's actually interest in people coming into the office, because many times
People want to stay home.
some people want to stay home, and there's all these offices built. So like, how many people are actually coming to the office, especially if companies are taking a more hybrid approach and really allowing their employees to choose whether or not they're coming to the office. So there's already products out there, whether it be hardware or other SaaS products that accomplish exactly this, but they fail across many different facets. Many of them are very expensive. If they're hardware, they're very hard to scale across multiple locations, large office spaces. And at the end of the day, they're not really customizable to the needs of that specific client that's really using it. So this entire project that we just completed for one of our clients, the entire development from the conception of the idea to the actual deployment of this desk reservation system, all in all took about 3.5 weeks.
Which is a crazy time. Even if someone was to buy a product, sometimes they can't even roll it out in that short amount of time. So I love the timeline piece. And then, from a perspective of what's available in AppSheet, I think one of the big allures to the product is what happens on the back end, right? And one of the things that I think we've found a lot of interest in is using AppSheet to push data into something like a sheet or something that's easily usable by everybody. So for this hoteling app, what's running on the back end? Is it some major database built by Oracle, or is it spreadsheet? What is running this AppSheet application essentially?
Yeah, and that's an excellent question. That's really where the secret sauce of AppSheet really lies, and it's nowadays you don't really need an entire database that's super complicated or have people to manage it. Nowadays you can build an application entirely from scratch using Google Sheets as where the data lives. So for example, this desk reservation system, everything from the facilities to the actual floor plans, to the list of users, to the workstations, everything is living in AppSheet and Google Drive.
Awesome. I think that is a huge piece to building simple applications.
Absolutely.
It might not have to go out and spend tons of money on a 3-year opportunity or something like that for buying your own app. Your own app, you can spend 3 weeks, develop this out, see if it works for your need, and deploy it extremely quickly. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Rommel, thanks again for taking the time to talk through one of the use cases that we've seen on the AppSheet side of the business. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.